5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yo, 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 what up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. That's right, Bar Talk with the super fans. We're chilling out with the crew. What do we have in today's edition? As always, we have our faithful producer, Crack AV. What up, Crack? Your fearless host, Danny BMD, and me, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We'll be talking a little bit of sports, South Texas style. Without further ado, take it away at Dan.
Yo. Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Coming to you live, San Antonio, Texas, to your ears. Provides on sports time for your free time. What up, this your host, Danny BMD. How's everyone doing today, and how did your team do this week or this weekend? I mean, we had a lot of college games this past weekend. How's everyone doing tonight? We did start a little late. We do apologize for that. It is fantasy football season, so I know we're getting ready for one for tomorrow for us individually. It's actually gonna be pretty fun throughout the just so you guys know, throughout the entire season. We'll have like the losers of like certain things. We'll have chat actually do like some like a wild wire pickup or something at their using their flags or something. I don't know, something interactive like that where if you lose and you have to pick up whoever chat says from the wire and start them next week or something like that. I don't know. We'll incorporate something into our fantasy football league with that. But of course, this is your host Danny BMD. So a quick shout out to everyone listening to us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube Live. Also, that are following with us at Facebook and Instagram. We are going to do a small campaign with Instagram as well, so you guys follow us with that. And right now our site is actually kind of up. It's not finished yet, so I don't want to put it just yet. But it should be up pretty soon. I promise. We are gonna have a little bit more YouTube highlights as well. So definitely keep an eye out for that as we kind of incorporate our YouTube channel a little bit more. So tonight, tonight we are gonna do some MLB talk. We'll talk a little bit of college football. We did have a lot of college football games this weekend. And obviously we are getting ready for the NFL season. It does start on Thursday. On this Thursday, so it should be in a couple of days. While we are on next Thursday or in 2 weeks or next episode. The game's actually gonna be on. Cowboys versus Tampa Bay. That's gonna be very interesting, very foretelling of what the season kind of should bring forth, if you will. Now, of course, without further ado, how are you doing, Superfan Art? I miss you, bro.
I miss you too, buddy. You too, Evan. Doing good. Happy to be here on this nice Thursday evening. There was definitely a lot to watch this past weekend. Of course, my Longhorns were in effect, and they did not disappoint. There had a little bit of Cajun for some Saturday night supper.
Ow!
And they passed. I don't say they passed the test, but it was a good opening for the new.
It was a good test, like a good pop quiz, if you will,
for the Sarkisian era.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks pretty good so far. I like what I saw. There was a lot of other great, interesting games. Pretty much, you won't see it later on, but there was college games on Sunday and even on a Monday. And man, there was that overtime thriller that we'll get into later. Oof, that was an instant classic. But glad to be here. Evan, I know you're there lurking in the shadows. How have you been?
Oh, yo, how you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on today. Saw a lot of NCAA football over the weekend, so yeah, it's going to be good to see and hear a lot about football coming up in the next few weeks.
Any hard hits that you remember?
I don't know, but I mean, already like two guys on like Division 1 schools are like out for the season. So it
Oh,
must have been some
dang.
kind of hard hit or something.
Yeah, so,
Um,
dang. Really? Dang, that's a lot.
Well, one was from Minnesota. I don't know if he was the running back of Minnesota, and I think one of the receivers of Michigan, or vice versa on the position.
Man, that's still, even then, like, that's still pretty, pretty intense already, at the beginning of the season. I mean, but you always see, it's football, right? You always see stuff like that
Yep.
happening all the time. But yeah, we'll get right into it. We'll actually move right into our diamond talk as always. Get you started, Superfan Art, with our diamond talk.
Well, real quick, you didn't say how have you been, bro?
Oh,
Don't be humble.
uh, I've been good. Just been working. I've been working a lot of Mezzo Forte Sportz stuff. You know, our parents' company, Studio 13th Day. We're kind of doing a lot of stuff to kind of grow, get a little bit more advertising going. We're actually gonna start doing a lot more partnership, getting together with a lot more local groups as well. Besides the ones that we sponsor, like SCAP, obviously, Mezzo Forte Sportz is, sponsored also by Studio 13th Day. But just like in general, we'll start getting a little bit more partnership with other, stuff around San Antonio. Obviously, COVID, safety and stuff like that. But definitely, one of the things that that I was kind of focusing on is kind of the growth and stuff like that. I know it's kind of boring, but for me, it's exciting. It's we're gonna start growing. It's gonna be we are gonna be a legitimate podcast, so we're actually gonna be on Apple Podcasts and our Heart Radio, Spotify, the whole deal. But we're just, at the beginning, I kind of wanted to see what we were, kind of how we kind of evolved into what we are now. But now, I think we're ready to kind of take the next step. And yeah, just been kind of preparing for us to kind of do that. I've actually kind of trying to, coincide it with like probably by next week. With with the NFL and stuff like that. As how
I
their
like that.
season start, our season will start. But that's that.
Okay, for those who don't know, we're in season 0, but we're already like 60 some episodes in season 0. That's
Hey,
cool. I like it.
hey, dude. It evolved. It's evolved since.
We ain't found shit.
That was perfect. I'm not gonna lie. I hate you, Evan.
No, I get it. I like the direction we're going. A very bright direction. You're looking forward to push us in, usher us into the new Mezzo Forte era. I'm glad to see it and hear it and be a part of it. I just don't know when I need to get my own sports agent and who do
Nah,
I sign with.
I don't know, bro. You gotta go get LeBron. Go get LeBron's agent. Was it Richie or something? I don't know. I'm not gonna
So
look
he
him
can screw us over.
up. Paul Rich. Paul Rich. Something like that.
Rich,
Whatever.
Paul Rich.
Whatever. Yeah. Anyways.
All right,
Maybe,
that's good.
dude.
Good.
I'm saying, dude. I'm saying we're gonna go far. You guys follow us from the humble beginnings. You just watch. It's gonna be intense. But enough about me. Enough about Meso. Let's just get started with some Diamond Talk. Always some Diamond Talk is always pretty good with our super fan Art. Always exciting to hear from you, bro. Talk to me. ¿Qué pasó?
Oh, it's exciting, all right. Okay, that's when everyone was supposed to give me the applause. Now I'm playing. Okay, yeah. We're already in the home stretch. I mean, most people think after Labor Day is when things are going to heat up around both leagues. I know everyone's clawing for positioning, either for a leader spot or for that wild card spot. I'll get into who's the leaders and the wild cards more on Thursday. But as we currently speak today, there's a lot of good games to watch this evening. Some with a lot of playoff implications for those leapfrogging situations. So just gonna list them down for today's games. If you happen to watch something else besides us, it's Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Yankees, in effect. Your Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox, Nationals and the Braves. Yet the Phillies and the Brewers, our own Astros and the Mariners. You got the Chicago White Sox and the Oakland A's. And lastly, but not least, is the Padres versus the Angels. Now, those are not all the games. In my opinion, those are the top ones that really have implications for moving up spots. Because some teams are merely one game away or two games away from leapfrogging or even taking the leader spot. I know definitely in the wild card race for the American League, it's a difference of just half a game to 3 games. So each game is at a premium. Wins are at a premium and a must have. Now is not the time to slip up because, a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks' time is going to fly by like that. So, a couple of news headlines that I noticed throughout the league. New York Yankees ace Garrett Cole exited today's game against the Toronto Blue Jays with 2 outs in the 4th inning because he had a tightness in his left hamstring. So Cole, he was pulled out after allowing a sacrifice fly to Reese McGuire, who gave the Toronto Blue Jays the 3-1 lead. So that game is currently happening right now. So interesting to see how Cole's condition can, I guess, get better by the time we reach October. Hopefully, it's just a precaution. It's not a big scare. Oh, beer. Anyway, moving on.
Dang, got him. Take your time.
Damn straight. Another headline is Matt Scherzer was able to strike out 13 in his return to his hometown of St. Louis, and teammate Chris Taylor was able to hit a 2-run homer, leading their Los Angeles Dodgers to a 5-1 victory over the St. Louis Cardinals this past Monday. So Scherzer, he also recorded the 9th 200-plus strikeout season of his career. They're pretty damn impressive. So the 3-time Cy Young Award winner is only 6 strikeouts away from becoming the 19th player in big league history to reach a total of 3,000 strikeouts. Pretty elite club. I hopefully maybe he could reach the milestone before the season ends. And if not, I'm sure he'll get it in the postseason. So kudos to the Scherzer. His Dodgers are looking pretty dominant. Another team to look out for is the Braves. So some news about the Braves. I know Coach Tosco and our own Juan Diaz are big Braves fanatics. They were able to lock up another key player for next season, pretty much announcing a $20 million one-year deal for their pitcher, Charlie Morton, which was reported this past Monday. So the contract includes $20 million club option for 2023 with no buyout. So the 37-year-old right-hander, he's been a stalwart of their rotation for they're currently in first place, the Braves. He's going 13-5 with a 3.47 ERA in 28 starts this season. So Morton, he's been a huge addition to the Braves, especially after one of their former aces, Mike Soroka. He tore an Achilles tendon for the second time and was ruled out for the entire season. I'm not sure exactly when he tore the Achilles, but definitely Charlie Morton. He stepped it up. He got noticed. And he gonna get paid. So kudos to the Braves. Hope to see him make a run in the playoffs. And something a little bit more outside the game, but dealing with whole COVID issues, is that reportedly some concession workers at the San Francisco Giants Oracle Park on Saturday voted overwhelmingly to pull in a strike. They were going to strike out, citing their own concerns for COVID-19 safety and health coverage. According to sources,
Wow, that's crazy.
at least 20 concession workers have contracted COVID-19 since the stadium reopened this season.
Wow.
So, according to their own union, 96.7% of their active stadium workers are going to vote towards moving for a strike. So, I mean, interestingly enough, we're already in the final weeks of the regular season, and if they make the postseason, which it looks like the Giants will in some capacity, excuse me, uh, who's gonna serve their fans? If all the workers are they gonna hire scabs? Uh, but I mean, it's about health. I mean, your job is a job, but your own health is always top priority. Family is always a second priority, and a paycheck don't mean crap if you're not alive to enjoy it. Just some quick thoughts about that roundtable. I know Evan, he used to in some capacity work for the Las Vegas Raiders. Uh, not in concessions, but definitely kind of grounds crew or with electronics. Uh, or Evan, if you don't want to talk, that's cool.
Like hands on.
Yeah,
It was
just
a conversion tech position.
bitching. So, like in your opinion, how do you see these? Are these workers in the right to strike, citing COVID concerns? I mean, obviously, that's what the whole country's been about for the past year and a half, whether it's safe to even go back to work. Obviously, these concession workers are in a different scenario because their job entails large public gatherings at their ballparks. Uh, but they have to make a living. They got to serve people their beer and their chili dogs and nachos. They got to give all
Those
their
aren't cheap.
fans.
They're not cheap.
Oh hell no! A $20 Bud Light, like 12 ounce Bud Light.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. I mean, do I have the right idea or fixed solution for all that? No, but I think they're in the right to strike. I think with a company that can get inside of a stadium, I think they can do a lot of preventive measures for their employees. I think they can maybe you know, prepare their food at a separate location and only have the people at the location who want to be there serve it.
Okay, yeah.
I think so, but I mean, yeah, the job is the job. Unfortunately, here in the good old U.S. of A. So you either gotta show up or not show up. Unfortunately, and I mean, if that means I gotta pay $18 for nachos,
Yep.
and I
You're
gotta
gonna
pay
have to.
$18 for nachos, man. I mean, that company's got to restructure fast these days. That's just my
Mm,
2 cents. I used to see those lots of concessions, but they were closed during COVID. So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Damn.
one might say people are even lucky concessions are even available. So wouldn't it fall on the ballpark or the team to help put some other protective measures in place for these workers? It'll be interesting to see if what happens forward with this situation and if other ballparks or even other sports concessions workers might kind of do something in solidarity. Uh,
Where
sorry,
is
Denny.
this? Where is this? You said?
This is currently with the San Francisco Giants at their own ballpark, Oracle Park.
Do they share their park or is it just them? Or like their stadium with anyone? Like any
I would like to say they're on their own. They don't share with nobody.
hmm. Dang, that's still that's still crazy. Cuz I was like in LA it's like it sounds something like it would happen in LA.
Hmm.
So, dang,
And
dude.
I mean,
Dang.
we
Okay.
all witnessed this past weekend, man. All the
That's
college
crazy.
games looked like they were normal, full capacity.
Mhm.
So you would imagine they need to meet demand for alcohol sales and food and merchandise. So they need like a small army working the whole Avery Arena or stadium.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this kind of creates maybe a domino effect and inspire uh, other people to maybe strike on their own, especially now that pro football is going to begin and you don't get as big of a stadium as or big of arena as the pro football arenas.
That is
Thank you.
true. This is true. Um I think that yeah, I think that like I mean, it's just like an President Time even her like today just kind of speaking about it like, oh, I've been in this industry for like 15 years and I've never seen anything like this happen before. And I mean, like, it's true. It's just unfortunately, there's a lot of new things that we kind of have to worry about now if we want to like stay in business or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And if if you're like you're saying, like your health is first, because unfortunately, you can simply get replaced, but that's talk neither here nor there. But it's but at the end of the day, it's really your choice. If you don't want to, you just simply don't want to. That's the beauty of of this country and everything like that. But really, I, I don't know. I feel like um it's the team's responsibility, dude. Like you in every job, you're supposed to feel safe. Like not feel safe, but you're supposed to have a safe environment. Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, we weren't prepared for this. No, no one's prepared for this. So you're bad. You're the one running the business. But I don't know. But then it gets into like how much should I spend and stuff like that. Um,
No, that's what I mean. Hostile work environment and or the bad workplace conditions that could
yeah, because
maybe.
you could easily just replace someone, else or whatever. Put someone else in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Mm.
But no, it's good. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just a nice, good to create dialogues, and we'll see if this creates a trend with
Yeah.
this baseball and other sports that are currently already beginning.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Um, you
That's
wanna
that
do
that's pretty much all I had for Diamond Talk.
Diamond Talk?
I'll have more to report on Thursday when I get some standings. I think YouTube wanted to know who's leapfrogging who. I mean, this past weekend, I think the Dodgers and the Giants were actually tied for both leader spots, or for that one leader spot, they were tied. But now I think the Dodgers are now back, uh, like in the wild card spot. I mean, whoever's the leader is the leader, and whoever's second place, they got enough wins to secure a wild card. But yeah, I'll tell you more about who's leapfrogged who, especially after today. After tonight, we'll definitely see those numbers change.
I mean, is it just gonna be one of those things where it's just gonna keep on changing every day?
Oh, definitely. They
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
they post the changes every day. That's why I only say it once a week and towards the end of the week.
Whoa. So yeah, but I don't know. What do you think? Give me a dark horse, dude, for October. When does this preseason postseason start officially? October?
You don't quote me. I believe October the 5th is what I previously said.
Give me
The
give
beginning
me
of the post.
give me a good dark horse for a wild card. Either or.
Okay, in the American League, some of the wild cards in the American League is New York, Boston, the Blue Jays, and Seattle. Uh, right now, the Blue Jays and Seattle are currently three. Both of them are both 3 games behind that cutoff, which the Boston's currently in control of. I'd say the Blue Jays can be like the dark horse to supersede the Red Sox to get in the postseason. And then on the other end, uh, it's even closer because the Dodgers are up 13 and a half games above everybody else, or at least the cutoff team, which is currently the San Diego Padres. They're at the cutoff for the wild card. The Cincinnati Reds are just 1 game behind, and the Philadelphia Phillies are just 2 games behind. And I think there was just one more team that was also like 2 or 3 games behind. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like wins are at a must and at a premium. Uh, the Reds, I don't think anyone would see the Reds as being like a dark horse, or they'd be a dark horse because nobody would see them coming. So I'll go with the Reds. Screw you, Evan.
There you go. I've been actually reading on, not reading on, but like kind of hearing on the Reds how like they're kind of like that strange wild card, or like people don't kind of believe in it, but
I mean, Cincinnati is
Stranger
not a
Things.
big market.
Yeah.
I don't know who's their major superstars they got, but they keep winning.
Yeah, I was
They,
like, I mean, if they
they,
win,
ca-
they win. I
they
mean,
have a legitimate shot
dang,
to
dude.
make it to the postseason.
How many is it? Is it three? Is it two? Two series you have to win to go to the World Series, and then
Uh,
three for wild card.
I might need to get back to you on that. Not 100% sure um, how many games per series. If it's best of 7 or best of 3, I want to say it's best of 7. But like I said, don't quote me.
Hmm. Damn it. All right. Well, we'll figure that out. All right,
Okay, so
guys.
on YouTube, one of our commenters says it's first with the division, then the league, and then the World Series.
There it is. There it is. Division, League, World Series. Boom. See, Art? Do we need a? We do need a second diamond talker.
Well, Coach Stosko, he's got things to do. But yeah, definitely. If any of y'all out there,
I might get one of our chats brothers in. I think.
chats,
Don't quote
brothers,
me.
roommates, cousins, twice
don't
removed.
don't quote me on that. But we'll get more people in. I just haven't like I said, I haven't had time. That was my bad, guys. It's been my bad. Anyways, let's go
That's
continue.
cool.
Let's continue moving on and right into our what? Do you have any basketball stuff?
I was just about to say, let's knock out the basketball news. There's a very few headlines, and then that way we can go into the major sports. Okay, so a few of the headlines around the NBA currently. Our own former Spur, LaMarcus Aldridge, is back in news headlines. So after retiring with some heart concerns about 5 months or so ago, the 7-time All-Star forward LaMarcus Aldridge, he's going to be returning to the Brooklyn Nets. Now it's going to be for a 1 year, $2.6 million deal, according to his agent. So Aldridge, he's 36 years old. He ain't no spring chicken no more. But he has been medically cleared by a number of doctors, physicians, including those both independent and Nets team affiliated, that he's already got the green light to make his return for his 16th season. Now, obviously, as Spurs fans, we were kind of sad that we didn't get the LaMarcus Aldridge from his prime years that we saw him in the Trailblazers. So when he went to go get traded to the Brooklyn, I don't know, we felt a little betrayed or not, but we're like, all right, do your thing, man. You were kind of like already riding towards the end of your career. Go ahead, have fun with the Nets.
Yeah, do your thing,
And
whatever.
then yeah, we felt for him when he had to forcibly retire at the time for heart conditions. Going back to what I said earlier,
Yeah.
health is number one. Everything else doesn't mean. Well, health is number one. Family is two. Your job, you could easily get replaced. Don't worry about that. And he did the right thing. He went with what was best for him at the time, but I guess he just couldn't stay away from the game. Maybe being a sportscast announcer wasn't his thing, which I really don't see his personality for being like on NBA TV or something with a microphone. So, Danny, what are your thoughts on Aldridge returning?
Yeah, I
Will
mean,
he make an impact, or is he just there for?
it's gonna be
name.
like, it's gonna be just for the name. I mean, he's not really gonna make an impact. He might maybe give you like 10 points one random night.
Off the bench from like
off
a
the
30-point blow-off.
Yeah.
Blowout game.
He's probably getting like third or maybe fourth big man. He's just gonna get a ring. It's kind of like you remember oh God, from the Rockets.
The
And
well,
then we went to the Rockets, and they went to the Raptors. T-Mac.
Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady. We went to the Spurs, remember?
He had one at.
In
I mean,
2013. It was yeah, I mean, he didn't do right. And that's when they lost. Remember when they lost against Miami? Dude, if he would have won, if they would have won against Miami, Tracy McGrady would have had a ring. Think about that.
uh, putting salt on old wounds.
I know, dude. I cried. I literally cried. I cried. I cried a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Still,
That
still
was
to this day.
that truly hurt. That truly
Yep.
hurt my heart.
Yep. Some wounds don't heal that easy.
Mm.
But I get what you're saying. Sometimes a team they feel they could get an all-star, even though he's an old dog. They'll get him at a very good discount. So maybe that's what they think. They're seeing what's going on with the Lakers,
I was gonna say like
which I'll get into shortly. And they're like, we need to add more all stars, no matter how old they are, as long as they got them all-star appearances, like they're welcome on the team.
dude. I think it's because it's always about like the pro season, right? My first of all, my first question is okay. Make the will they make the postseason? Yeah, of course, right? You know they have to. They have LeBron, they have AD or whatever. But when they make it, you know, like the entire team, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, dude, they're vets, but you know they're used to the grind of the season or whatever. But they're used to like the grind of the season behind, you know, younger dudes or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yo,
I don't think, you know, I mean, I don't think you're gonna want Carmelo Anthony like what, giving you 30 minutes? No, right?
yeah, that's a gamble, man. With these old dogs.
Yeah, I was gonna
I mean,
say,
they got some power in them, but
you're right. Like, oh no.
it's obviously if you don't get it done this season, like we're gonna break up the band because it's gonna be too expensive to have all y'all flunkies.
The only one that's like kind of there, and he's still old. No, not old, but like he's not young, you know, or he's not as athletic anymore. Is just you know, Rondo.
Shit,
But,
I'd
dude,
Rondo, I'd still Westbrook, man. With Westbrook, LeBron, and AD, that was already a legit starting front court.
well, yeah, but that's all they have. And then, okay, Westbrook gets tired. AD gets tired. They cut through like 10 minutes. Okay, cool. You know, they'll play like, you know, come playoff time, they'll play like, you know, without going overtime, they'll play 40 minutes, right? They'll give him 8 minutes rest, you know, throughout the whole game. Throughout those 8 minutes, I mean, they're just gonna, you know, power out. You know, it's Dwight Howard and, you know, who else?
Well,
You know,
funny you should
Rondo,
mention
you
who
know.
else, Danny.
All right.
A good segue into we could get it more in depth once I tell you what the other headline that had been going on. So, after finalizing a contract buyout with the Detroit Pistons, three-time All-Star center DeAndre Jordan, yes, that DeAndre Jordan, intends to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's going to be Lob City
What?
3.0.
Dang.
So, Detroit acquired Jordan for a 4-year, no, for 4 second-round picks and $5.78 million deal with Brooklyn on Friday, with the intentions of buying out the remaining 2 years and $20 million on Jordan's contract. And so, I'll get all that litigation out of the way. So once the buyout agreement is signed, Jordan, he's going to have to clear some waivers before becoming a free agent. And then he is intending to sign with the Lakers. Big surprise. That's where old dogs go to retire. So his contract terms pretty much makes it virtually impossible for Jordan to be claimed by is it by a team Brooklyn receive? Okay, so what is it in for Brooklyn? What do they get in return in their part in this like three-way, two-way deal, whatever? So Brooklyn, they received Jaleel Okafor and Sekou Diambawe. I don't even know if I said that right. In a deal with Detroit. Uh, so they send the Pistons. What do they get? They get a 2022 and 2027 second round picks, along with more favorable 2024 second rounder between the Washington Wizards, Memphis Grizzlies, yada, yada, yada. Long story short. So wheels were in motion, deals were done, handshakes were done. And so Brooklyn, they got theirs. Detroit, they'll get theirs in the future with draft picks. And DeAndre Jordan will inevitably be a Laker. Let's already just say it now. He's a Laker. So now you can continue that conversation of who's going to cover whose minutes in La La Land. When AD runs out of gas, you got to bring in Old Lob City.
I was gonna say, I mean, but think about it. He didn't really do anything with the Nets either, and he was in the Nets. Like the Nets, and he was in the Nets when they lost Kyrie and Harden. So it'd be like, oh, okay, cool, bro, just take over. It's all you, just underneath or whatever. But no, nothing happened. So,
he had his tryout and he didn't live up to expectations.
Yeah, so
Blake Griffin did somehow.
Dude, that's another one that's kind of yeah, exactly.
You got him for the Kia commercials.
You do. It's like you got him for the shirts, for the jersey. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna say it is what it is. But nice. So and then just like some real quick, the NBA, I'm sorry, for the Spurs, real quick, the draft picks were officially signed. The last of the draft picks were officially signed today, which is was it Weisskamp? How do you say it? I forgot how you say it, man. But I guess.
Dude, this thing with the ball, that guy. That's fine. Spurs are getting younger.
Yeah, Spurs are getting younger. Spurs roster. Let's see, Spurs roster. Oh yeah, so they already signed Primo. There you go. Oh, Weisskamp. Then Joyce Weisskamp officially signed today. So that was obviously the second round, second round, right? Second round pick for the Spurs. Also shooter. So he actually signed to a two-way contract, so he's gonna be playing with the Austin Spurs. So that's gonna be interesting. Obviously, you Austin Spurs are always exciting to watch because they always translate right into the senior team, and now especially, bro, like they're gonna be in full rebuild mode, so they're not gonna have like that central player. So then it's going to be up to, like, the younger players to step up and be like, all right, dude, who's going to be the guy or whatever, who's going to have what role and stuff like that. So that's pretty exciting. What do you think?
No, I definitely like the level of competition's up there. I mean, each guy is fighting for a spot, to get noticed. Maybe have that one breakout game in Austin that'll get Pop's attention. Is what? Bring him up. We need him. We gotta get them wins early. Let's try him out. See where he could fit in the rotation. So yeah, we're definitely a younger squad, but that means the level of competition's up. These younger guys are going to be hungry. I hope they are hungry, because we definitely need to get back into the playoffs. It ain't getting no easier in the West.
Yeah, honestly, it's not even getting easier in the East if you think about it.
Okay. We're in a very critical juncture with the whole NBA as a whole, and moves need to be made.
Yeah.
Sadly, maybe pieces need to go to be traded for one big piece.
Yes. I think the Spurs are going to tank one more time. One more year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to even make the play-ins. I don't know. Maybe I think they might, because I think they have enough talent to do so. I'd rather them not. honestly. I mean, obviously, right? So I can get a better pick. Um, but I don't know, dude. I believe in Keldon Johnson. I think he can be the next. I mean, this is a hot take. All right, 9-7-20 9. Damn, that was a little too loud. 9-7-2021. 9:40 p.m. I think Keldon Johnson is the next Tim Duncan. Let's go. Shut down. Done. Episode
You
over.
mean by
Episode over. Episode over. Done.
obviously you don't mean by positioning, you mean by fame,
I think role, like the role,
a leader?
no, the role of like the next Tim Duncan instead of Kawhi. You know how Kawhi was gonna be that guy. I don't think it's him anymore. Obviously, right? Or I don't know, dude. Imagine he comes back. I still wouldn't want him. Whatever. That's
Nope. Too injury prone. Injury prone and uncle listening prone. Don't need that.
the whole
Don't need a
thing.
diva.
The whole thing prone. But anyways, but I think he can be. You know, I think he can be like the happy or like the not millennial, but like the more modern Tim Duncan, if you will, for the Spurs. You know, because he's more like, you know,
A dresser?
more, yeah, or he's more like kind of not happy, but he's you know, his a little bit more you know, open, lively and stuff like that. Whereas Duncan was a little bit more reserved. Kind of like I mean, if you think about it, kind of like Robinson, because Robinson was pretty. I mean, yeah, he was a little bit not reserved, but he was a little bit more to himself because, you know, the military thing. But he was still kind of like, you know, happy and loud. You know, he was always smiling and stuff like that. You know, always interacting with fans or whatever. And Duncan was a little bit more reserved, more to himself. But that besides that being the point, I think he can pick up that mantle. I think him going to the Olympics kind of gave him not only the experience but maybe the confidence. Especially like if you're playing with KD and like Draymond Green, deja tu, dude, deja tu. You're playing with KD and all them or whatever. Like the fact that you're hanging out with these guys, like talking smack and like, you know, whatever, you know, just it's like a field trip, or whatever. With Lillard, you know, you know, it's not, it might not seem like a lot, but you're like, but at some point, you know, even if you're that young, you're like, damn, like I'm in their level. Like, yeah, I might not be in their level currently, right? Because these guys ring, you know, these guys are really good, whatever. But I'm, you know, I'm that talented, or I can be that talented, where, you know, he can come back with the Spurs and like just be a really, really big leader like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of Spurs ranting, but I just want to really kind of dive into that specifically, like as we, you know, not only start developing our players, but just like you said, start thinking about the future. Like to this year, the reason that I'm saying like this year, like it's perfect because, you know, they got to Keldon Johnson, and maybe he might be a good piece, right? But also the pieces around him, and are they good enough? Is Lonnie Walker good enough? Is DeJounte Murray gonna take that jump? You know, boom, 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 boom. Where we at? Where we at with the big man? We have a reliable big man? You know,
Hurdle.
you know, yeah, exactly. So it's like one of those things where, you know, they're still kind of figuring it out. But this year specifically, I think Pop is really gonna use it to really test the younglings, see what they're made of, and really just kind of push development, and just like to, like, you know, if they're getting you blown out, keep them on, you know, keep the starters on, you know, make them learn type of stuff. What do you think, man?
I mean, I could definitely see that. You know, yeah, a little bit of tough love from Pop's perspective. You know, if you're gonna want to be a starter, like you're getting blown out. Guess what? You're gonna stay longer minutes to try to fix your mistake, or at least get some experience from getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
That's good for your character, or helps build character.
God, that sucks, but it's true. He would do that like to Tony Parker. He'd keep all the starters. He would take the starters out except Tony. Oh my
Damn.
god, damn.
That's the pop philosophy.
That's intense, dude. I mean, but it's true. Like you learn, but like he's like 19 and he's a starter. God, man, that's intense. But anyways, yeah.
No, let's go. I mean, yeah, interesting to see how things progress with the young squad. It's just always my hope Pop continues to want to be the coach. He's up there in age, or maybe he just enjoys the game so much he doesn't want to retire. So
yeah, that's what we're all hoping.
yeah, so I don't know. That should be most of our NBA headlines. I don't know what else was newsworthy that happened recently.
No, that should be it. We're gonna just make our switch right into our Gridiron news.
Switch.
So so we'll do a Gridiron news. Where are you? Right here. Gridiron, yeah.
So we're talking college or going straight to the pros?
We'll do college.
Hot. Nice. All right. Well, as we mentioned earlier in the show, there was a lot of great college football throughout the entire Labor Day weekend. Hopefully, some of y'all caught some of the action. If you had a favorite team that was in effect, hopefully they won. There was some games that were good, some were bad, some were straight up ugly. So just not to go into too in depth, some of the games that we saw that definitely were ugly. I think my former Longhorn coach, Mac Brown, a lot of hope for his North Carolina Tar Heels. They were ranked 10 at the time in the national poll. They got handled by Virginia Tech.
Dang, really, dude! I kind of cheer for them secretly. You know?
I did like North Carolina being the underdog, who can maybe give some comp to Clemson. But nope, definitely it wasn't this time. They lost 10-17 against Virginia Tech. So good luck to Coach Brown for the rest of the season. Some of the other notable games: Ohio State Buckeyes. They did their job against Minnesota. Technically, they did the job to a certain extent because the score was 45. They won 45-31. So there was really good offense or really bad defense. And I mentioned earlier, sadly, Minnesota, I think their star running back or wide receiver was pretty much injured out for the whole season. That sucks. I'm pretty sure they had high hopes in the Big Ten. Now Minnesota, they just were fed to the beast, the Buckeye beast. I think another shocker that I didn't know, I don't think anyone saw that this game coming, was number 2 Oklahoma. They were on the ropes at home.
I saw that. That was random.
By unranked Tulane University. I think Tulane is like a school in Louisiana. And they gave them comp. It came down to like the final possession or two. I think if Tulane would have stopped them from getting a first down, they would have been a not turnover. They would have forced the kick and maybe had a shot at a Hail Mary or two. But nope, they lost. So sadly, Oklahoma won 40-35. But Tulane, they got some respect. I think nobody would have thought they would give comp to Oklahoma. So good job to them for not getting blown out.
Nice.
Not that I give a shit, but Texas A&M won 41-10 against Mickey Mouse Kent State. No offense if you were alumni at Kent State, your football team just couldn't give comp to the Maggies. Yeah, pretty much. A pretty decent game, evenly matched, by the way, was number 12 Wisconsin versus number 19 Penn State. It was actually an upset if you look at it, because the lesser ranked team beat Wisconsin. Penn State 19. Well, the score was 16-10. So Wisconsin, they're going to kind of get out of that 12 spot. Penn State will move up. So good for them. Evan, I have no idea how your UCF Golden Knights did. Uh, yeah, I mean, they were good in the past. I don't know if they'll be good this season. Uh, like I said, my Texas Longhorns, whoop whoop, hook 'em. They beat them Raging Cajuns, 38-18. The Cajuns were actually ranked 23 to Texas's ranked 21. It was the good opening for the Sarkisian era. I'm not. It's too early to tell if he's going to live again with the hype. Uh, we're still figuring out who's going to be that main QB, but definitely our running game is a lock with our running back. I think number 7, Robinson. Excuse me if I don't know his first name, but I saw some good things. Oh, Bijan Robinson. Yeah, 20 carries, 103 yards, 1 touchdown. Uh, Passing, I think the main guy Levi Lewis. Whatever. Stats aside, I won't even get the stats because there's way too many games. So good shit for the Longhorns. Can't wait to see what they have up in store when they face Arkansas this upcoming weekend. Uh, UCLA was not even ranked versus LSU. I think that was a Sunday night matchup, if I'm not mistaken. If not Sunday, it was Saturday. One of the two.
Oh yeah, the chat is saying Tulane was doing it for NOLA. Dang, I didn't know Tulane was in.
It's they're. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're the UTSA of Louisiana, but
Oh,
they're definitely
okay.
a small name school. And speaking of UTSA, I
Oh
think they
yeah,
had
there we go.
one of-
UTSA.
one of the more impressive wins in their history.
Yeah, I can
They
finally
beat
put it. Woo!
the Fighting Illini, Illinois. Saturday was afternoon or morning. I mean, I don't know the score. I'm trying to look for it.
Oh yeah,
But
the
real-
score was 37-30 against the Fighting
Illini.
Illini.
And they were in Illinois. I mean, I saw pictures. All their fans are like, they were fucking in shock.
Dude.
So yeah, kudos to them birds, them bad birds from UTSA.
All day, dude.
You gotta go to game, bro. You're
gotta go
alumni
again.
or practically alumni.
I know. There you go.
Evan, you too.
All right,
you drank with some of those alumni. You're alumni.
Go Runners. So with it, just real quick, they are obviously 1-0, and is that in conference? Is that conference? I don't know. Let's check it out. Real quick.
I don't think they're in the same conference.
No, they're
as
not in the same
Illinois.
conference.
That's even better. They beat somebody from probably a better conference.
Yeah. So, next game's coming up for UTSA, just like for our fans. It's actually gonna be this Saturday here in San Antonio. Believe it or not. So you guys,
I don't believe.
you should Kyler or what? All right.
This weekend?
Next weekend. Oh, this weekend. Yeah.
I might have plans. Thanks for the invite, though.
Whatever, dude.
That's right. This season, it could last. The season lasts.
Let's see. Okay, the next weekend after that. And then we
We'll
play
have to
Middle
see.
Tennessee.
Oh, that's gonna be a tough game.
That is gonna be tough.
Nah, I don't
man.
even know how Middle Tennessee is.
No, I don't even know if we can go in or how it works, honestly. But no, just Kylie. One of these days we'll just watch it. We'll watch it live. We'll see.
Cool beans.
We'll see what happened, chat. Yeah. But thank you so much.
Oh, I got a few more games to discuss.
Oh, more. All right.
There was like 58 games on Saturday alone, so like there was a few that stood out.
But yeah, so right in here, as you guys see, we're not sponsored by UTSA Roadrunners, but
Or UT. We're just fans. We're just fans of our respective schools.
Put the logo. But yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So, if you guys do go to the games, if you guys do, just make sure you tag us on Instagram or on Facebook so we can go ahead and give you guys a shout out. Boom.
Right. So continuing on, I think everyone wanted to see how number 1 Alabama was going to handle the number 14 Hurricanes of Miami.
Yeah.
We were definitely trying to root for Miami,
Yeah.
but it was a beat down from start to finish.
It was
Starting
bad.
the Bryce Young era, their new hotshot QB. Remember the name. He's probably going to go in the draft like all them other damn Alabama quarterbacks. I don't even know what he's gonna go for, like Jets or something, because they always need quarterbacks. But he did good. He was 27 to 38, 30 at 344 yards in the air. He had 4 touchdowns. So the dude was just straight up running a quarterback clinic, and is as Alabama, they're gonna run the ball right down your throats. And I think one of the funniest parts was Miami thought they had like a turnover, like, oh my God, this is going to be the best shit for us. We got a turnover. It was reviewed and called back. And the funny thing is, they have a new turnover chain for the defensive players, a big ass, like, and like diamonds and shit, gold chain. Dude was rocking it because he's like, I got the fumble, or I got the interception. Tall call overturned. They had to get the chain off him. They put it back in the big ass like case they put it in. Oh, it's hilarious. So many memes about that. I think people photoshopping the chain on like Nick Saban's neck and shit. It's hilarious.
That's what that was. I saw
Yeah.
that.
It's the debut of their new ass turnover chain, and they had to put it back in the box like immediately.
That's
That was funny.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Speaking of hilarious, what's up, Clemson? You were number 3. You pretty much only scored 3 points against Georgia. Granted, it's a neighbor state rivalry. Georgia, I kind of hate the fact that Clemson's been at the top of the king of the hills, so to speak, of the college football spectrum. I think mainly because the ACC is a little bit weaker, and that's why they're always going far into the postseason or into the playoffs or whatever. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was a shit, and they had good receivers and whatnot. But when it comes time to play Alabama or LSU or Ohio State, like, they can't compete, or it's very difficult level of competition. So to see them taken down a peg by none other than Georgia, I mean, it was a high scoring affair, but definitely it was it was worth the prime time spot that I think it had on Saturday evening. And I think the one game that there was another upset. It was UCLA unranked. They beat LSU over there in California. They played in the Rose Bowl. I think UCLA was so desperate to have like a home crowd, they gave away free tickets. So anyone in the grandma was able to go for free. I don't know if they were able to eat or drink for free, but definitely they saw what was one hell of a game. UCLA ended up winning 30-27. I think LSU
That was
might have.
that was a damn good game, dude.
It was definitely worth it,
dude. They got handled. That's the thing. Like, it was it's Chip Kelly. Like, they got handled, dude. Like, LSU got handled. Like, that's the thing. They got manhandled.
Well, looking at the score, like, both teams had 0 points in the first quarter, and then after that, it was just an explosion of offense on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, and I was with Crack AV. We're watching it at a bar, and I was like, dude, wait, what? Why is? I was like, is it backwards or no? It's like, no, UCLA, dude. Honestly though,
Unranked UCLA.
I was gonna say they're kind of dark horsey. They are.
Yes, you never sleep on UCLA. Anytime UT would used to play against them, I was like, don't sleep on these mud truckers.
Dude,
they find ways to win.
And now they have Chip Kelly. You know that, right?
Yes. The coach has been bouncing around. Chip Kelly.
Yeah, he was in Oregon, and then they
Eagles.
went to with the Eagles, and that was bad. And then went to with the Chiefs. No, 49ers.
Yeah, something like that.
And he left, and then now he's with UCLA.
The UCLA. Yep.
They put what, 35 points on them? Dude, that's a lot.
38.
God
damn. 38-27.
God, yeah, that's a lot, dude. I mean, 38-27, and honestly, like, LSU I was watching the game. They just couldn't generate enough offense, and they were like, the defense was, the defense, right? Because LSU always has really elite defensive players anyway. They
Yes.
all look really young, honestly, a little inexperienced, a little nervous. Um, but they just couldn't generate enough offense. I feel like even towards the end, um, I feel like they just couldn't reach over the hump. They get to third down, third and long, and it's like it's like, dude, hurry up, like, and then the defense would have to get the ball again, and it was just like one of those things where, like, I mean, they're gonna learn a lot from this game. Don't get me wrong. Um, I don't think they're gonna be ranked, for a while.
The LSU will be lucky to still be in the top 25
Yeah, so
after this weekend.
yeah, but yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But that was pretty bad. I saw that live. I saw the Clemson one too. That
Mm.
Clemson could not generate any offense at all.
It was pretty
Like,
cringe-worthy to watch.
it was, dude. I feel like I was watching a high school game. Like, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, throw the ball, RPO, fine, whatever, but don't run it all the time. That's why it's called running, option. So you can, like, the other option is to throw the ball, but whatever.
Now,
What else?
before we get into the probably the most surprising game of them all for the weekend, it is 10-1 by my watch. So we're officially 1 minute after Mezzo Forte Sportz after dark.
Oh no!
That's right. It's our favorite time of the day. Mezzo Forte after dark. We're unedited, uncut, unsolicited, unranked, everything So yeah, we can cuss. No censorship here. Just a quick roundtable. If anyone's drinking some nice spirits or eating some munchies out there, Danny, anything good going on your end? Some drink, food.
But for me, obviously we're not getting sponsored by them, but soon we will, right? Corn nuts all day,
Oh, bring them back.
and some. Ooh, Ryan's got the right idea. Got some water also as well. I'm not gonna show you which one it is, but you guys can kind of see it.
From some Pacific island. Exploited from Pacific Islanders.
Cause I'm fancy, dude. I'm fancy, yo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Evan, how you doing?
I
over
got
there,
you,
bro?
Ryan. Chat.
Doing all right. All right. Happy after dark, everybody. Chat, everybody here. I'm drinking water for today. I gotta hydrate.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we all drinking water today. Yeah, I know.
I know Arturo's the only one holding down the bar tab.
It's all right. I should be on my third beer, but this is Tall Boy. It's Modelo.
Nice.
Not our sponsor, but a good import. Just Modelo. I don't know what it is. Modelo. I know you liked it back in the day. Just a couple of cans in the fridge. It's a good way to relax. Some Modelos.
Yeah, it's intense enough to be good. But all right, cool.
All right. So to kind of in closing with our college talk, I think the one game nobody thought would be like memorable ended up being the most memorable. It was Monday night college. It was the thank you. Or was it Sunday? Sunday or Monday? It was Sunday. I retract that. It was Sunday. I think it was probably the only game or the only interesting game to note. It was number 9 Notre Dame traveling to Tallahassee to face the unranked Florida State Seminoles.
Oh yeah.
And it did not disappoint. Pretty much went down to OT. We even saw the rise or the return of I think one of the QBs of Florida State who had a pretty devastating leg injury a year or so ago. Now he's back on not a starting position, but he had a chance to go a few snaps, and he did not disappoint. He definitely was a good catalyst for a comeback. I think at one point, Florida State was up by 3 points, and then all of a sudden, Notre Dame scores 18 straight. and then they go on a
God
drought.
damn.
They go on a drought, and Florida State
Bruh.
scores enough to tie them. Let's see. It went as this scoring wise. First quarter, Notre Dame and Florida State were 7-7 apiece. Notre Dame in the second was 10. Florida was 7. And the third, that's when Notre Dame kicked up a notch. They scored 21 in the third. Florida State could only get 6. And then the reverse happens. Complete shutout. Notre Dame scores 0 in the fourth. Florida State scores 18 straight points. That's how they get to the OT.
God
And
dang.
behind the legs of a QB that medical doctors thought was never going to even walk again, let alone play in another snap. Oh, this is one of the greats. It's like the kind of stories they write in like movies about and shit.
Yeah, seriously.
I just can't get his name right. But sadly, Florida State inadvertently iced their kicker. He made like a 50-yarder, and they're like, oh, we'll put you back to like 38. He misses. And then Notre Dame scores. So the better team lost. But as fans of the sport, we all won because that was a hell of a game. Hopefully, y'all got to catch some of it or all of it. Danny, where were you when you saw this
Um,
or saw any of it?
where was I? What was I doing? I don't know what I was doing, but I know that.
All right. Thoughts on the game then?
Yeah, I know that I was like, oh no. When I saw him miss, when I saw him make it, I'm like, dude, he's gonna miss. Like I knew it. It's like one of those, and I know I'm pretty sure the kicker knew it too. He's like, damn it. But I mean, I don't know. This is one of those things. I thought it sucked, but it is football, right? Anything can happen. So it's pretty good. A lot of college football games. We're gonna do a little bit more of a preview next for next episode.
Yes. We'll definitely have a weekend preview more like on the Thursdays.
Yeah, but we'll go ahead and just gonna continue on into our professional football.
Oh.
We'll do some gridiron news for NFL headlines.
Nice. Well, as you all know, the season is upon us. We are pretty much on the eve of the season opener. Pretty much when all Sundays after this Sunday will pretty much be nothing but football from now till like February.
Nice.
So hallelujah, football's back.
Nice.
And we got one hell of an opener with our Dallas Cowboys and the Brady's Bucks Thursday night, prime time, national television. What more do you want?
Yes, exactly. It's perfect. So just like some headlines real quick. This way from my end. So Steelers linebacker T.J. Watt is holding out for the contract negotiations. So he's a possible defensive player of the year. He wants to get paid, so they're trying to figure that out with that. Cowboys guard. In this case, a shout out to our chats. How about them Cowboys? So shout out to the Cowboys fans there. Cowboys guard Zach Martin does unfortunately test positive for COVID. He does enter a protocol and will miss the Dallas season opener. Supposedly, now I actually saw Jerry Jones came out on First Take. He actually came out live, or like they called him and he was like, phone call, whatever. And he said that he might actually be back. They might be able to get him back if he tests positive or negative like twice in a row or something like that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he was just kind of, hoping for the best. It's just best for just, if it's going to be something like that, just don't worry about it, bro, and worry about next week, straight up. I hope your teammate. So in this case, then running back Saquon, it did get his first contact in practice after missing all last year. He did tear his ACL. He's eyeing his first game back. So definitely, the season is upon us as we're talking about art. We are gonna play a little game.
Hold on, I got one more McNugget before we start the game.
Oh, go for it.
Okay, for those on Fantasy Watch, I believe you already probably know that the starting running back of the Ravens, Justice Hill. He's going to be out pretty much for, I don't know, most of the season or a little bit of the season with the Achilles injury that he suffered. Uh, so no, he was the backup to the main guy, J.K. Dobbins. He tore his ACL in his left knee in one of the preseason finales. And so I think they lost the third string running back. So they're already a few men down. And so lo and behold, they signed 3-time Pro Bowler Le'Veon Bell, if you remember the name.
Oh yeah, he's back.
They signed him to the practice squad. Very likely he's going to get elevated to that 53-man roster. So those of you on that waiver wire, if you think you need a bench running back, Le'Veon Bell could be your man. Who knows? Maybe he's still got it. That's all I had to say.
All right. Well,
Let's play the game.
All right, Mr. Crack AV. Any updates? Any Cowboys news or anything you want to share with us? Nothing.
Any news? Raiders? Fitzgerald? Fitzpatrick?
Nothing for me today, boys.
Damn straight.
Nice. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and actually we are gonna play this game. It is actually gonna be called. Hold on, sorry guys. It's actually gonna be called the Player Blind Date. Player Blind Date. Danny, what is going on? What does that mean? So we're gonna start moving. Let's move some After Dark stuff so we can get a little bit more space going. I'll put you over here with super fan art crack. And then we'll put you over here. Put me over here. All right, cool. So we're gonna do a game again. It's gonna be called Player Blind Date. So I'm gonna put some stats. In this case, the stats. It's just the basic stats of a quarterback versus another stats of a quarterback. I'm not gonna tell you what the stats are, but in this case, you'll we'll kind of guess which blind date that you would rather take. We're gonna do just like maybe we'll do four, maybe three, maybe four of them. See what you guys think. We'll try it out. It's gonna be a little weird at first, but you got this, Art. I believe in you.
They're just gonna have to roll with it.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
Just roll with it, dog. All right. We're gonna call this Player Blind Date. Yes, it is a melee. It is essentially a melee. All right. So. Sorry guys. All right, just finishing up over here, and we're almost done. All right, so where's my other one? All right, so this is a game. It's gonna be called Player Blind Date. So the blind date is we're gonna go over in this case 2 players. So the first date, it's gonna be, so the way this works, it's gonna be super fan art. It's gonna be playing our blind date game. So in this case, you do get a blind date. Which date would you rather choose? So essentially, this is gonna be from last year. So think about last year. Think about this year, right? How some players, have their situation is different. Obviously, you don't know which one it is or whatever. But we'll talk about which one you would rather, choose. All right. So we'll start in this case with this one. It's gonna be. We'll start with the first one. Give me some slow music, Mr. Crack KV. All right, not so slow, but we got it. We got it.
Slow
All
enough.
right. Nice. All right, so in this case, we do have several things going on here. The first door on the left, it's gonna be 8.2 average per yards, so like per reception. 70% completion. These are all quarterbacks, by the way. 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not bad. And lost in the conference championship, right? The other quarterback is 7.5 average per yard, so it's like a little bit less. 68 percentage, 40 touchdown, 13 interception, and they did lose in the wild card round. In this case, I do want to just the big difference between them is I think it's 6-year difference between them. I won't tell you which one's the oldest. So, big question art is, who would you take? I mean, this one's a little bit easier, but so you're gonna do with the left or the right? Are you gonna do the so I guess we'll go door number 1 and
Okay,
door number 2.
I'm looking at them.
All right, you're looking at it. All right, cool.
I'd go on the left. I like the stats and making it to a conference championship a lot more meaningful than a wild card.
There you go. There you go. Okay, that's good assessment. Hold on, I'm just sorry guys, I should have been a little bit more prepared, right? So, in this case, I would agree with you, or I don't know. Actually, let me have a super, or let me have Crack AV. Just give me an answer real quick. Which one would you choose, bro?
Loss in the conference championship looks good to me.
Oh no. So all right. So in this case, who is behind door number lost in the championship?
Congratulations, you have a date with
Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers, and who was behind other door? It was Russell Wilson. So in this case, obviously, Aaron Rodgers did have an MVP season last year. 700% completion rate, 48 touchdowns. Dude, that's almost a record right there. The record is actually how much is it? 50? I think it's 50. So that's pretty damn good. They did obviously lose to the conference championship. It was pretty bad. But it is a new year, so we'll see how that works out. Russell Wilson, they did lose in the wild card round. And so, it's one of those things where like this upcoming season, it should be pretty interesting. What do you think about that?
well, everyone's biggest concern was how happy was Aaron Rodgers going to be returning back with Green Bay. Supposedly, he just wants to get back to work, trying to bury the hatchet and try for one last season with Green Bay to try to make something happen after that embarrassing uh, exit they had versus Brady and the Bucks last season when they elected to go for a field goal rather than go for it on 4th and short.
No.
Yeah, that was the straw that broke the Rodgers back. But he's back. Westbrook, see, hopefully he has more time in the pocket now with some protection.
Wilson.
Damn it, I hate Russells on this show. They should be banned. No more Russells in the sports arena. It's in my contract. No Russells.
Bruh.
All right, whatever Russell playing football, he'll have more time in the pocket. I'm sure he's got some more protection. They've got him more protected now. So definitely, I think I picked Russell Wilson in my PPR fantasy draft because the dude he can run as good as he
Good
throws.
ball. Yeah.
So yeah, I have high hopes for him based on my fantasy draft. But Rodgers is undeniable. Unless old man father time kicks his ass, we'll just have to see.
Exactly. So, we'll see how you know we move forward with Aaron Rodgers with this year and next year. With them. So we'll move right into our next date. Go, give me some music, Evan. Yeah, there we go. So in this case, this one. Real quick for this one. So in this case, you are the GM. Obviously, you are going on a blind date tonight to pick up a player. And then they just give you a file, and you're like, let's see which player should you get. Which do you feel? You don't even tell you the name. You just gotta feel it, bro. All you gotta do is you gotta feel it. So, in this case, kind of going the first after on door number 1. So door number 1, you do have 7.7 average per yards. So that's pretty good. 70 completions, 26 TDs, 10 interceptions. Didn't make the playoffs. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's just maybe not the best, but we're thinking a little bit more kind of longer term type of stuff or whatever, right? So 7.3 yards per reception, 68 completion, 26 TDs and 8 interceptions. So very close, very similar. But lost in the divisional round. So couple things in here. One thing it tells me is the team. Pay attention to the team. Because, they had very similar stats. They just, the team just didn't make the playoffs. But, who would you take? Door number 1 or door number 2? Superfan Art. Talk to me, bro.
Oof, you're right. It's almost on paper, looks almost identical, except for that last column was how far they got in the postseason or even reached the postseason. Oof. I'll lean with the right, who lost in the divisional round. It's a very negligible, just 2% in a difference in the completion rating.
So
I'll go with the right. I'll go with the right.
Right. So door after door number 2.
Sure. Yeah, door number 2.
Nice. All right. So let's go ahead and go after door number 2 and crack AV. Which one you want?
Door number 1 looks great to me. I know they didn't make the playoffs, but hey, let's leave it to chance.
There you go. There you go. That's all about the date, bro. Right? That's in the dating world. You gotta throw the dice sometimes. All right. So we'll go ahead and do the reveal. So what's the reveal behind door number 2? Superfan Art, you did choose Baker Mayfield.
Oh no!
Yes, and Crack AV. Which did you choose? Matthew Stafford. So in this case,
I feel better now.
Yeah, hey, I think Matthew Stafford's gonna do good this year, bro. I mean, think about it. Imagine Baker Mayfield. The only reason why they lost in the divisional round is because he's not in the Lions. Like.
Okay, you saying the Lions were the ones holding him back?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think? You saw it.
I don't know. I never kept up with Lions football to know who was the reason by their failures. I guess Stafford showed some moments of brilliance, so maybe he can have a good year in his new team.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see how that
But
works
Baker
out.
Mayfield's going to be better.
What do you think? Crack AV.
I just think Matthew Stafford's going to do pretty good. The wrong thing with the Lions is that they let go of Megatron. So yeah, ever since
Ooh.
then it's been going bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so too. And they didn't let go of him. They just didn't give him a contract. I mean, it was just one of those things where Megatron was like, "Bro, I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna retire." Like they pissed him off so much. Like you know what I mean? Like that sucks. But all right, cool, nice. Let's go and move on real quick. In this case, the next one, our next blind date is going to be. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, give me
girl.
some chilling stuff. Yeah, girl. All right, cool. So again, the third date is the best date. I don't know, that's what they say or something like that. But we're gonna do the third date, your third blind date. How are you feeling so far, Art?
I'm scared.
Okay, bro. Okay. All right, cool. So in this case, a third blind date. It's gonna be behind door number 1. You do have your average percentage per yard. It's gonna be 6.6. 62% percentage completion. So 10 TDs, 11 interceptions. Didn't make the playoffs. Behind door number 2, 7.2 average per yards. So it's pretty good. It's a little bit higher. 66 completions, pretty similar. A little bit higher. 8 TDs, 10 interceptions. Damn. Didn't make the playoffs. Neither made the playoffs. So, with that in mind, which door you're taking? Number 1 or number 2?
I'll go with number 2 there, Danny. I like that percentage completion and the APY, whatever that you said that was.
APY. It's
well, that's how you spell it, right?
yes, that's how I spelled it. But
there you go. Door number 2, Daniel. Door number 2, buddy.
all right, so for door number 2 and Mr.
I'll join him on that one actually.
Number two. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Behind door number 2, who do we have? Cam Newton. Whoa.
Oh God, no! Got the turd in the punch bowl.
I know. And then behind door number 1 is Daniel Jones. Believe it or not, by the
Show me a move.
yeah, by the Giants. So I don't know. Talk to me about that one. Oh, super fan Art.
Daniel Jones. I mean, we're talking about the QB New York Giants, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the guy, he had to work his way up, had to suffer through some Saquon Barkley less seasons. I think now that they get Barkley back, fingers crossed, that can help open up the playbook to get that running attack, or at least have the running attack as a diversion and give maybe Jones a little bit more time in that pocket. So I don't know. I mean, they're already pretty much near the bottom of the barrel. Only way to go is up. Cam Newton, dude's still looking for a job. I think Houston Texans already said Tyrod Taylor going to be their starting QB. We all thought maybe Cam was going to be a backup for Houston, or maybe even Jerry Jones open up his wallet and have him as a backup with Dallas.
I was gonna say that's what I thought was gonna happen. Or
Well,
it
there's
still
still time.
might. I was like, it's still time.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So Jones, I mean, let's see what he has to do, man. Obviously, they got some good young talent over there in New York. Just to see how they do. Don't like the team, but they got potential.
Yeah. So, we'll see how that works for them. So we'll do our very very last blind date of the night. Let me just kind of pull this up real quick. All right, let's just do this. Yes. Uh.
Show me your moves.
So this one's a little different, but still similar. All right, behind door number 1, we'll make the next time we'll make it a little bit easier. Wasn't 100% prepared, unfortunately, but all right. All right, guys. So in this case, our player blind date, last player blind date for the night is gonna be behind door number 1, 7.1 average per yard. Completion is gonna be 67 completion rate, 22 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and sacked 167 yards lost for the whole season.
All right, enough crowd action.
Did not make the playoffs. Okay, behind player door number 2. Oh, actually, it says did not make the playoffs. It's actually wrong. They actually lost in the conference championship. So this one's 7.3 average per yard, 67 completion rate, 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 160 yards lost, only sacked for the season. But they did lose in the conference championship. So, actually no, divisional. Yeah, divisional round. So again, door number 1, 7.1, 67 completion, 26 TDs, 12 interceptions, 167 yards lost. They make the playoffs. Or 7.3, 67 completion, 26 TDs, 9 INTs, 160 yards lost, and lost in the divisional round. Who you taking?
I'll go with the right door. Or door
Right
number
door
2.
number 2.
I like that conference championship appearance.
Crack AV.
I'll go with door number 1.
Devil's advocate.
Oh, so from our got Lamar Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson.
And Crack AV got Kyler Murray. Nice. So Kyler Murray is actually not that bad. Hey, 26 CDs is, it's not that bad. So yeah. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more, a little bit more concise, a little bit better on that game. Just kind of moving forward. It was just kind of something I kind of put together all last minute or whatever. So I'll let you guys.
It was fun. Good shit.
Yeah. So we'll worry about that later a little bit. Worry about making a little bit better a little bit later. All right, guys. So as we continue moving on, real quick, part of our sponsorship, Studio 13th Day. You can actually visit the website already, thestudio13thday.com. Right now we are doing a couple offerings for any graphic, specifically graphic services. You guys need logos, some graphic arts. Let us know, and we got you. We'll go and take care of you for that, and then we'll do our audio services coming soon later. Before we start ending everything, you have anything for me, Art?
No. Just looking forward to Thursday's episode. Gonna get more in depth as to how the rankings are with MLB, and to look for a preview for some of the games on the college football spectrum. Uh, Obviously, we're going to be airing live during the Cowboys game.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be watching it here. Y'all are going to be watching it at your own.
Might
But
be
we're
able
still
to
gonna.
comment.
The
We're
show
still
goes on.
commenting.
Yeah, we might comment a little at halftime or post game.
What
Show
time
goes on.
What time does it start? Is it 7:30 or 6:30?
Good question. Don't know.
Because
I'm sure it's probably after 6.
I was like, we might start it late and then just like as soon as the game ends.
True that.
All right, either or. All right, guys, we're gonna start wrapping it up. Thank you so much. First of all, before we end it, thank you so much, chat. Thank you so much, King of Crash 27, Ryan. Don't kill me if I say it wrong. Chidester, Natalia Herrera. Thank you so much for that. Also, and obviously Mike, all day, air day.
Mikey. Juanga.
Mikey, all day, dude. I love you, bro. Kyla, dude. Anyways, we're all friends here. We love each other. Thank you so much, chat, for following us. And then also as well, just share. I'll start actually letting you guys know a little bit more on social media stuff and moving forward with that. So next on Thursday we're gonna have one or two special guests. If not on on next Tuesday we're gonna have a special on everything and all soccer. We're actually gonna bring a couple of we might actually do it on a Wednesday, believe it or not. Because we're gonna bring a couple special guests for the next coming up year for the World Cup and everything like that. It's gonna be really cool. You guys definitely need to check it out. But before we do all that, let's go ahead and start closing out with you guys. Walk me out. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this week's episode. Yep. Hope y'all can chill with us next time. Of course, go ahead and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, YouTube as well. Obviously, following us live. It's pretty coming soon to Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thank you so much for our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13th Day. Graphics provided by Tasmagoria. This is Danny BMD along with Crank AB Superfan Art. Laters to all. You guys have a good night. Bring it home, Arts.
Thank you, Dan. Lesson of the day is money can sometimes open doors. So if you're in Florida this Thursday evening and you have about $582, you might be able to get some nosebleeds to that Bucks season opener. Till next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz, episode 62.
Got him.
Brazil. We ain't bad shit.
Oh. Damn. Okay, Tosco.
Too soon? Too soon?
Hey, we need to get the crew back. Hey, whoever's still listening. Yeah, we're still live. I haven't stopped streaming.
You win.
Yeah, so you can flood it with all the sound effects you want.
You gotta tell us when you want that fantasy draft, buddy.
Oh, yeah. All right, later. All right. Y'all take care. Be careful. Good night. And it's like late. I don't know if anyone's still listening. It's just a
Oh, you don't gotta tell the people. Just
logo.
tell me and